Hey, you guys, this is Mr. Waltz. I'm going to show you how to do number one here. So, number one, you can do this any old way. I've seen people do one rectangle, then another rectangle, then two rectangles on top, and then two rectangles sticking out, adding it together. The way I like to do it is if you look at the front, there's an L shape. I make the L shape, and then what I do is I cut out this top part. There's like a chunk taken out, a box, and there's a box taken out on the side here. So that's how I usually do it, and that's how I'm going to show you. It requires only three extrusions, and it's using a subtractive technique. So to do the L first of all, you can see the thickness of the L is 2 here. Its width is 2, height is 2. Down here, the total width 3, 6, 8. The height here is 5. Okay, and then how far are we going to extrude it? We got to extrude it 5. So it's like 2, 4, 6, 8 by 5 by 5 basically, and 2 thick. Okay, so hopefully I can remember those numbers. Um, so I got a new design here. You can click the plus sign or use the file tool. But I'm going to click create sketch. Use XY this time. Um, and I'll just draw lines. Just start at the origin and go up. I forgot the height already. It's 5 squares. So I'm just going to go 5 star 0.25 and hit enter. So there's the height of it. I know the top of the L is going to go over here like 2 units. So 2 star 0.25. On the bottom of the L, you can just go here. This was 8. So I'm just going to go across. Line tool 8 star 0.25 enter. I'm going to move that dimension because it just bothers my obsessive tendencies. Put a line there on that point and go up 2 squares, 2 star 0.25. I'm going to move that dimension too. I'm going to hit escape and just drag the number over. All right. So there we go. So there's the outline here. I just got to finish the L, but it should be Ella easy. I'm just going to start here and click on this point, and I'm going to go down. And so I didn't actually look to see how far to go down, but what you can do is you can track. So check this out. I'm drawing a line straight down, right? If I go over here, I'm not going to click on this point. This just forces Fusion to recognize that point. Sometimes you just got to recognize. And if I go to the left, look at this. You see the tracking, the little dashed line? It will say, oh, you want to go down to that height? And I'm like, yeah, let's go draw there. And then I can just finish it up by drawing across. Okay. And so you can do that a lot. That's called tracking. And you can line things up without having to do extra dimensions or anything. And so you can see now I got a black sketch. That means it's fully constrained. Again, we'll study constraints later, but for now, just know that it's good. I'm going to hit a green check mark up here in the top right corner and exit this. And I got to go to my home view. You don't have to go to your home view to extrude, but it really helps you see what's going on. So I always do it. I got to figure out how far to extrude. It was 5. So I'm just going to click extrude, picks up the L, and I can just type 5 star 0.25 and hit enter. All right. So there's my shape. Cool. Now I got to go cut some stuff out of it. And there's a couple of different ways to do this. What I'm going to do is draw on the ends of it. I'll draw on this right end and this top end, and I'll make rectangles there, and then I'll use those to extrude. So I'll do the top first. Click on the top. Boom. So create sketch. Click on the top. Now I'm sketching on the top. Got to figure out what to draw here. I got to draw some kind of rectangle. So let's go look at the picture. So you can see the rectangle in the middle. It's kind of hard to see. It's blocked. But if you look here on this side, you have 1 square from the back. Here it's 1 square from the front. So I just know I got to leave 1 on either side, and I'm going to be all good. So I'm just going to draw a rectangle. I'm going to go not on the corner, just down here a little bit. Down here a little bit. And I drew a rectangle. Great. Needs dimensions though. Needs height dimensions. And the 2 dimensions I'm going to use, I know that this bottom line here, click there. So dimension, click, click, move your mouse out and click. That's 1 square. It's just 0.25. Boom. Same thing on the top. Click on this line here, go up there and click again. Come over here and click 0.25. Okay. So I just dimensioned that rectangle. So it's right in the middle. Now I can extrude it. I'm going to finish the sketch first. Go home view. And I want to extrude that. So I click extrude. Make sure you click what you want to extrude. Don't click here. Don't click there. Click that part. I got to go down. It was 1 square down. if you recall. So I drag it down, and then I'm just going to type minus 0.25. I did it. Check it. Make sure it looks right. Looks right to me. Let's go. All right. So now we're going to sketch over here on this side and make our thing. Okay. So it's the same kind of deal. We're just going to make these boxes on the side. So I'll just draw a rectangle in the middle. The only trick is I got to figure out how far to do it. And these legs, I don't know if you remember from when we sketched this, these are like 1.5 grid squares deep. So it's 1.5 and 1.5. And if you do the math on that, it's 0.375 or 3/8 of an inch. But let's let Fusion do the math. So I'm going to go create sketch, go over here, go on this right side, and click there. And I'm just going to draw a rectangle in the middle of this face like I did before. So I do rectangle, I go here on the top edge, go in a ways. I'll just eyeball it about 1.5. Click, come down here to the bottom, and I'm just eyeballing it again. Okay. Eyeballing just means guessing by visually estimating something. So there it is. And you can see I got blue lines. I need more dimensions. So D for dimension, or click the dimension tool. Click on the left edge here. Click on the blue edge here. Bring your mouse down and click again. And then we can type this in. It was 1.5 squares. Well, what is 1.5? What is a decimal? 1.5. So it's 1.5 times 0.25. All right. So each grid square is 0.25. It's 1.5 grid squares. 1.5 star 0.25. Hit enter. Boom. There it is. 0.375, like I told you. Over here, you can do the same deal. So I'm still in the dimension tool. You can see it's still hot up here, still active. By the way, do you know how you would get out of it? If you didn't want to dimension anymore, you would hit escape. So watch, it's active. If I hit escape, not active. Click it, it's active. Click the blue line, click the right line over here, go down, same deal, 1.5 star 0.25, enter. All right, there it is. Sketch is done. Green check mark it. Go to your home view. Now we gotta extrude, dude. How far? Well, it starts here, it goes in. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a 1-inch extrusion. Hit extrude. You guys, if you know these decimals, if you know, 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, 1.25, if you know what it is, don't have to do the math thing. But I'm just saying, if you're not great with the math, with the numbers, let Fusion do it. That's why I'm doing it that way. Anyways, I'm extruding, click that profile, drag it in. We want to cut in. This is going to be minus 4 star 0.25. And we knew it was 1. You can see it shows 1. Make sure you got a minus sign. That forces it to go in. Also, make sure you got cut there. I think it'll always go red like that to let you know it's cutting. Then you just hit enter. Boom. You are donezo. All right. That's it. That's what you need. Oh, hey, one last pro tip. Here's a pro tip. So say you're zoomed in on something and you want to go to your home view and zoom out. If you have a mouse, double click the mouse wheel, just like you're double clicking a normal mouse button. Go double click, and it's called zoom to fit. It'll automatically zoom to fit everything. You can get that here. I think there's a zoom to fit. That's the same thing. Fit F6 is the shortcut key, but it's really easy on the mouse. Just double click the wheel and you can get back to your good zoom. Happy zoom. So this is number 1. I got to save it. Number 1. Make sure you're in the right project. Use your drop down to find your project. If not, click save. And then, as always, go to your data panel, right click, wait for it, right click, share public link, turn on your link, copy this. You probably have to manually copy it if you're doing it on a Chromebook. But hopefully people in the future are doing this on a PC and the copy actually works correctly. And you can copy that, add it to your assignment in Classroom. Once you have all 6 sketches added, you can click turn in and then celebrate your success. I'll grade it and give you 8 trillion points. All right. So we're done with this project. If you want to know what to do next, we're going to do Fusion Model Creation 2, which is just going to be the even numbered figures from the same thing. So if you want to start on that, you can just start doing the evens. I will have a video, but it may not be up yet. Okay. Good luck.